Welcome to Patty's Aquatics. So just recently I had a female swordtail pass away in my swordtail aquarium, and well, it got me thinking. After watching it in the aquarium, I thought about that cycle of life that we have within our ecosystems and in these aquariums that we keep. And really that with death, it always does bring life. You know, if you think about it, let's take a plant for instance. Say a plant dies in your aquarium, or even some leaves are part of it. It's going to fall to the bottom and decay. And then what's going to eat it? It's going to be the snails, shrimp, other fish, and all those microorganisms within your aquarium. What that's going to do, they're going to completely break that down as each feeds it and breaks it down smaller and smaller. And then the plants are going to consume what's left. So it's becoming that cycle, that circle of life within our ecosystem. So with death, it's always giving back to our ecosystems within our aquariums. So that's something that we should respect, in my opinion. You know, you think about it, say out in nature, in a lake, say a fish dies, what's going to happen to it there? It's really the same thing. It's going to sink to the bottom of that lake or river, and then the fish and inhabitants and microorganisms, everything within that body of water are going to consume it to give life to themselves and create more babies. And it's going to break it down so that the plants and everything else within the ecosystem of that body of water can use that and give it back and create again that circle of continuous life and death that continues within our ecosystems and our aquariums. So what I typically do is when I in the past would have like a guppy or a snail or shrimp or something like that pass away within my aquariums, you know, it may sound morbid, but I just let it sit in the aquarium. I let it sit there, and then I let the shrimp and snails eat off of it and those microorganisms. So I'm continuing to feed everything within the aquarium that was in there. That fish is giving its body back to the ecosystem of this aquarium that it has helped maintain this entire time it was alive. So they'll break it down the same, and then the plants will consume what's left, creating again, like I said, that circle of life. So what I'm going to do differently with this one, with my female swordtail here, as you see, is I'm going to bury it in a substrate. I'm going to bury it down into the dirt, and where I'm burying it is I just planted some trimmings of this Ludwigia. So this swordtail may no longer be here within this aquarium, but her body is going to feed and nourish not only these new cutlings that I just put into the aquarium or into the substrate, but all the microorganisms that are within that substrate are going to feed off of her as well. They are going to create new life from this swordtail, from her body, and give it back to the ecosystem, just like she did within this aquarium. So, you know, like I said, it just got me thinking, that endless cycle of life between death and life, death and life. You know, it doesn't just hold within an aquarium. Obviously, that is everywhere within this world. There is nothing that really that's immortal that I can think of. We all die, we all are born. It's one cycle of life. It's no different than in the aquarium here. So, like I said, I was thinking about it a little bit. It's a short video, but I just wanted to show what I was doing and show that, you know, it is okay to do this, and that I don't worry about ammonia spikes either. That might be a question. Someone might say, well, what about leaving a dead fish in there? You're going to have ammonia spikes that are going to hurt your tank. Absolutely not. Not in the style of tanks that I run. If you have plenty of plants, they are going to consume anything like that, because guess what? That's more giving back. It's giving back to those plants to be able to have more nutrients to grow on top of it. So now if you're talking about like an Oscar or some big fish like that, now that might be a little different. You're better off if you wanted to continue that life buried in a garden or buried somewhere like that, under a bush or a tree or something that's going to help feed that. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little video. Like I said, I just wanted to share what I was thinking. And if you haven't subscribed already to my channel, please consider doing so. And always remember to think outside the box and take a step back into nature. I hope to see you next time here at Patty's Aquatics.